9, 10, and 11 enduro battery. It's funny they call it enduro battery because I'm on an enduro, so it's weird. But it has a white cap on the bottom and the top instead of blue. And what I've noticed with my batteries on the GoPro, with the regular standard GoPro blue battery on the bottom, black and blue on the caps, was the battery has different symptoms to it. Like some batteries would die right away, and some would hang the GoPro. It had different symptoms, but they're all different. They're not the same. Like what happens to the GoPro is all different. Very strange stuff, though. I mean, man, it's freaking cold tonight. It's supposed to snow tonight. But basically, what I noticed with the GoPro, and I think half of GoPro's problems were batteries, actually. But that could just be that I'm experiencing it on my GoPro, because other people have been complaining about GoPro for a while, you know, with various issues. From what I can see, you know, like when you search YouTube about GoPro video, you know, GoPro, I'm not going to use GoPro anymore, or this is the last time I'm using GoPro. There's different people. Like there's one guy that I watch called Loophole, and he used to live in LA, and he does electric bikes, you know, Super 71s and Surons and all that stuff, and he has a lot of fun going around LA before, but now he moved and he's living full time in a bus. He's got a nice channel. I mean, with the amount of views he has and his content, he's full time on YouTube, which is cool. And he basically did a video the other day where he was just like, that's it, I'm done with GoPro. And he went to a different action camera because he just couldn't handle the GoPro anymore. The issues like hanging and various problems that happen with the GoPro, he couldn't take it anymore. Because there were just so many problems he was having with the GoPro, that with hanging up, problems with corrupt files and various things. But from what I can see, the GoPro actually has a lot of issues with batteries, because these enduro batteries are nice, actually. And I'm going to put it in the thumbnail. I got these batteries it was quite expensive though. It's $59 in GoPro in Best Buy, because they didn't have the individual batteries. So you had to buy like a 2-pack, and then they didn't have just the batteries, they had the charger with it, so it was $59. I didn't want to do it, but I figured, let me just try these batteries out, because they look different. They're white and they said enduro on them, and I was like, well, this is different. And I figured, I should try these out, and I'm glad I did, because they're definitely different. They definitely have a different function with my GoPro. My GoPro is already working much better. Last night I used it. I just had one battery, and I never changed the battery, and I used it all night. I had to do a couple of things. Go to Bronx, do a service call there. Various places I had to go, and there was no issue at all. The GoPro was totally fine. Didn't hang up on me. And because what I would notice is, like, the other day I was doing a video on 6th Avenue, very cold, and I was with the old blue battery in my Hero 9, and the GoPro was frozen, because I pulled over to stop it and then start to record. I couldn't stop the recording because I had to pull over to check something on my phone, and it was just completely frozen. And that's what happens with the GoPro. It'll freeze up, and you just have to let it run until it dies or until you pull the battery out. But when you're running a media mod, you got to dismount it from the helmet. It's not easy. You know, it's a big process. You're gonna have to dismount it from the helmet and then take the GoPro out of the media mod, slide it out, and then you can get the battery out. But you can't do any of that with the GoPro on your helmet. So you got to take your helmet off, get everything out. It's not an easy process. Not an easy process at all, and it could be quite unnerving actually when you're dealing with that. Like when it's cold out and windy like it is now, and you have to deal with GoPro issues. Because what I noticed was my blue batteries, as soon as it got cold, all those summer batteries that I was using, they all became hung or messed up. Various issues. Like one battery, I marked it with a magic marker. It would run for 5 minutes and then shut off. Then one battery would hang, another one would act something else weird, like the GoPro would work fine until you pressed anything on the GoPro, or it would just hang on the screen, and everything would just be hung up. And you have to do a repair on the file when you get home. So it was a little bit messed up. But it would be interesting to think that maybe GoPro has a problem with batteries, you know, instead of just the GoPro. If that's the case, they should fix their batteries, because, you know, that would be bad news if their batteries were just the problem all along. Because, you know, everybody's just, it's almost like a lot of people are just bailing on GoPro. And it would be sad if it was just a battery, if they just had battery issues. But then again, with all the problems now with supply issues and various issues with manufacturing, maybe batteries getting manufactured is not as easy as said. You know, it's not as easy as you might think it is, because of the materials needed and all that stuff. Maybe GoPro ran into issues, I don't know, but it seemed to me like getting a GoPro Hero 11 just didn't make sense. But now that they have this new enduro battery, it totally makes sense just to get a Hero 11, because they've corrected a lot of issues. You know, they've corrected all their problems, and now the GoPro is pretty reliable on the Hero 11 platform. At least it seems to be, anyway, from what I've been reading about and stuff. The Hero 11 is pretty good, pretty spot on. Hero 9's not bad. Hero 10, it didn't make sense when I was shopping to upgrade my GoPro to get that Hero 10 at the time, because there was a big sale on the 9, so I just got the 9 because Hero 10 seemed to have bad reviews, so I went with a 9. I'm glad I did. It seems pretty good. My neighbor still has a Hero 5, but he was able to find good batteries on Amazon, and he's having no issues with his batteries. So some of the older GoPros seem to actually have less battery issues, because the GoPro 9 is bigger. Yeah, the Hero 9 is actually good though. I'm pretty happy with it. And I haven't had a chance to try it 10 to tell you, but I think now if I had a choice I would go with 11. Or just get the older GoPro, but you won't get the same video stabilization you get with the 9, 10, and 11. And obviously this new enduro battery will not fit in anything older than a 9. So you definitely wouldn't want to do that. I think you'd want to just go with a 11 and get the enduro battery.